Hi, how's it going? All right, so we are getting started today. It's gonna be a pretty chill day. I'm gonna just turn this up here, turn it down over here. Hold on. Hope that music is sounding decent to y'all here. Maybe like that. I think that's fine. Anyway, let me know if the music's too loud, if it's not, or whatever. I don't know. Still working on that. I don't really know the levels for you. Anyway, hi, welcome to today, which is the day that is today. So, really exciting stuff. Now, anyway, sorry. It's Sunday, December 19th. That's what the calendar says. And we are going to be having a pretty chill day. We're going to be talking about some Spider-Man. Spoiler free, of course. Not going to spoil anything opening weekend. We're going to talk a little bit more Arcane since I put a new video out. And then maybe we'll have a guest. Maybe not. We'll see. I have other things to talk about. If we don't have a guest, if we do, it's really cool, but we'll see what happens. Anyway. To victory. Or whatever. I don't know. I always have a water. Alright, so let's just get started with catching up here. So I have been doing really well. Thank you for asking. I have past week here, I put out a new video on Arcane. Again, I did a normal video just talking about my general thoughts about the show, and then because the response was so overwhelming on that, I decided I had to do. I teased the idea of doing a spoiler video. Response was there for it, so I did it, which I think is the first time I've done that. Pretty sure. I mean, it's just a huge response. Like, I had to do it. So anyway, that felt great. And now we're just getting started here. I don't know. So I'm gonna. Yeah, so I have a few more things I want to talk about Arcane, but right now I just kind of wanna chill. I saw the new Spider-Man movie. We're gonna cut the music here because it's a little distracting for me here to cut that down. All right, so I saw the new Spider-Man movie. Really fun, really good. Spider-Man No Way Home. The naming conventions for this for the new Spider-Man trilogy always kind of mess me up. I remember Homecoming, really easy. One word, he's in high school, makes sense. Far From Home, he's in Europe, so he's far from home, okay. And then No Way Home, I don't know. The name just, I'm not in love with the name, but you know what, I'm fine with it. The movie itself, though, which is the important thing, not the name, is amazing. Like, that was, I don't consider myself a huge Spider-Man fan. Like, I enjoy Spider-Man a lot, you know, and I've watched Spider-Man, you know, cartoons since I was a kid, of course, because who hasn't? Probably people without a lot of TV in their childhood. But anyway, yeah, I watched Spider-Man cartoons a lot as a kid. I enjoyed the series a lot, and you know, but I never really got fully in on the Spider-Man movies. You know, I like the original ones by Sam Raimi. I never saw the Amazing Spider-Man movies, and you know, I liked Homecoming a decent amount, and I thought Far From Home was okay. It had some good twists in it. But overall, it I don't know, it felt a little weirdly paced. So it wasn't a complete, it wasn't a slam dunk for me. But No Way Home, I'll say this: Spider-Verse is my favorite Spider-Man movie, and I think that's still the case. But No Way Home is up there. Like, just immediate reaction after seeing it, No Way Home is up there. It was such a, I don't know. It really. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it really reminded me what's so cool about the MCU, is its ability to embrace being weird, right? I think that's a pretty clear thing. It's it has an ability to be weird. If you're watching this, I'm assuming you're okay with any kind of discussion around Spider-Man, because, you know, that'd be weird. But if you weren't, so I'm gonna just say stuff that was in trailers. Like, it's crazy to have older villains come up in this, like Doc Ock. You know, I was surprised they got Jamie Foxx back. I was just really great stuff. Really, really great stuff. If you have any love for the Spider-Man, if you like it at all, highly recommend giving it a shot. It was really, really fun. Really a good time. Yeah. So that was my fun little start thing there. What else did I have going on? I don't know. I don't think anyone's in the chat, unfortunately. If you were, I would ask how y'all reacted to it. It's not really one where I can. It's hard. It's a hard one to discuss because I don't want to get into spoilers because it is so recent and it's a live stream. Like, I don't think spoiler discussions are really good for live streams, just because you have people who click in and might immediately get spoiled. You know, but it's hard to get into this movie without spoiling it. I will say, I felt like it was the most true to the Spider-Man story that I think Marvel Cinematic Universe has gotten. I think the Raimi movies got close in a lot of ways. Probably the closest was Spider-Man 2, of really capturing what, you know, Spider-Man's life is like as a Spider-Man. And again, I haven't seen the Amazing Spider-Man series, so I don't really know. I've said Spider-Man a lot in the past few minutes here. I find that whenever I get in these topics, you say spider just a way too much. I hate spiders. So really unfortunate circumstances for me as a me. So, you know, thoughts and prayers. Let's see. All right. Yeah. So that. I guess that's. What else do I have to really say on it? I feel like it was a series that really, where the writers really embraced the writers really understood, I think, what fans wanted to see from the series, and they really understood what felt appropriate, because it didn't feel like these kind of stories can always feel really hokey in a lot of ways, and I feel, no spoilers, that they were able to avoid that. That is as vague as I can be with having any kind of while still having some kind of analysis. It's hard to have analysis on Marvel movies in general, I think, because, like, what do you talk about them visually? Because, like, you know, visually, this is a decent part to go on. Okay, the one thing I'll say about Spider-Man No Way Home that makes it as a minus against it is that, and this isn't really the movie itself doing this is just a thing with all Marvel movies, is the cinematography and the effects at times can just feel, when you start noticing how fake things feel, you can't stop noticing it, right? And that's not to say they didn't do a great job animating and blending, because they absolutely did. Like, it's crazy animation, you know, but there is a limitation to that, and in your mind, right? Because there's a part in your mind where you just know what you're looking at, it's fake, you know. And, you know, if you go too far into that realm, I feel like there's just this kind of limit to what your brain can take, you know. It's this thing I talk about a lot when I have problems with animated shows, you know, live action animated live action shows, is that there is something. Whenever you're watching a live action series, you have this part of your brain that is working in overdrive, right, to spot the inconsistencies, right? Because our brains do that. That's like one of the great things, one of the things that set apart the human brain, you know, why we have microphones, is that we are great at pattern recognition. And seeking out when something doesn't feel exactly right. That's what the uncanny valley is, right? It's this, the uncanny valley is basically my analysis for so much of what I actually like do comes down. Like, I feel like I bring up the uncanny valley so much here, especially when you're dealing with 3D animation, when you're dealing with oh, come on. This wish it could be. I wish this would be a better picture. There we go. Ah, this is good enough here. All right, let me just see if I can zoom in. Yeah, that's decent. Okay. You see the uncanny valley, right? Polar Express is in here. There's a lot of Polar Express. I guess people got really weird about Polar Express, so that's fine. But like the uncanny valley is exactly like what animation is. So like 2D animation, 3D animation, it is in this spectrum here, right? I don't entirely agree with this here, because I feel like I'd push this. Every scene is different, right? There's moments where things like The Incredibles can, like I'm just talking about like Pixar movies, 3D animated movies, you know. In general, even today, there are moments where they can be really good, you know, really, really up here, you know, and then there's moments where they can sink into this, you know. So it's scene by scene. It's not, movies aren't like one thing throughout, you know, animation's done in scenes. But I think what's so when you're dealing with, you know, live action movies, you have this idea, right? And your brain is searching for that, right? Your brain is not giving any excuses for something to not look right, right? As opposed to here, where it's not life, it's not real life. Your brain isn't acting like it is, you know, where it is up here, and so like. So even if the animation is good, even if it is in this upper quadrant here, it looks amazing. It looks like it all blends in. I think just the fact that even if the 3D animation is good, the idea that I'm seeing something that I know is completely unrealistic, or that I know is something else, you know, just because maybe this is the crime of knowing production too much, but I don't think this is common. I don't think this is uncommon to people who watch these kind of movies, is it sinks into this even if the animation stays amazing. It starts to not matter, right? You get your mind gets a little fatigued with that. And I think some of the cinematography and the shots were kind of boring and a little flat. A little bit. It's a nitpick. I think for the most part they did a really good job. Acting wise, one of the best. One of the most well acted Spider-Man movies I've seen in a very long time. Comic book movies in general. I think Logan's still probably the best like acted, you know, comic book movie I've seen in the past 10 years. Because everything else feels like, you know, their characters aren't really characters. You know, it's just like them being charismatic, like the actor being charismatic. So, you know, like actual acting, I think No Way Home had some of the best actual like quality acting I've seen in a very, very long time from a series. Past that, yeah, I don't know. Just getting back to the Uncanny Valley here before we move on. One thing I will say is this divide right here. I think this is interesting, right? I don't know if I would place things like this. It's not a graph. You can't chart a graph with different mediums of animation. But I think the best trend we've been seeing over the past few years, which I think got pushed so much further forward with Spider-Verse, because I was watching Marvel What If. I hadn't seen the series. I was watching Marvel What If the other day. Arcane did this, and it's just a trend I've been seeing more and more, is a kind of change in the texturing that's being used in 3D animated shows to make them feel more 2D, right? To give them more of an illustrated feeling. So even if you get the freedom and you get the movement and some kind of the easier things you can get from being a 3D animated show, but then you have that budget and you have that ability to make it look more like it's a 2D animated show, like it's more illustrated, which I think for a lot of people adds a kind of it adds another layer. It makes it easier to buy into things maybe at some points, and it also just makes it look pretty. Like, I don't need to be I don't need to be overcomplicated in that. It just makes it look pretty sometimes. So there you go. Yeah, I think that's been one of the most valuable things, and one of the things I am just really locked in on right now and like looking out for. Because again, like Arcane, I know people have been commenting this a little bit. There's like this speculation out there that Arcane had a budget of 100 million. I'm gonna go back to the main screen. There's this speculation that Arcane had a budget of $100 million. So like 10 million, a little over $10 million an episode. I've seen that around a lot. I don't know if that's true at all. I mean, I wouldn't be overly shocked if it was. Because Riot makes a shit ton of money, and this is even for me, someone who does not like League of Legends and will never play League of Legends, it makes me more interested to be like, well, maybe I could play Runeterra, or maybe I'd play their battle chest, the auto chest thing, Probably won't. I almost certainly won't. But like, if that's doing that for me, I know other people out there are like, well, I want to play some more League, and like the return on investment for League is so huge there, because like if you get 1% of the people who really loved Arcane and didn't play League of Legends to say, okay, I'm gonna play League of Legends, and of that 1%, like 10% of those get really locked in as players. And spend money on champions and like people they like from the show and skins, and that's a shit ton of money. That's a shit ton of money right there. Because Arcane did really, really well. Like Arcane did really, really well for a animated show, which I of course am loving that that's being shown more. I love that. Just in general, it feels like vindication on what people are vindication on animation in general, because I feel like our generation, or at least my generation, I'm 28, is much more accepting of animated series than previous ones are. I think it's just more common. Arcane reception numbers. Yeah, okay. Here, let's... Arcane passes Stranger Things as #1 streaming show in US. The anime series became the #1 streaming show, replacing The Mandalorian and Stranger Things. The show just became #1 streaming series in the United States. This achievement happened last week. Beats the record previously held by hit projects Stranger Things and Mandalorian. Computer-generated animated series. Like, this is crazy. Like, that's crazy. And that this is an article from November 27th. Like, that's over half a month ago, right? Like, so like if Riot gets like, if Riot, even if it was like a standard hit, if Riot just got like 1% of those people into actual League, it's just printing money. It's just printing money for them, So great work for them. Don't play League of Legends though. It sucks. Okay. Should actually probably talk about other things that aren't animation. So the one thing I really like about being able to do these kind of live streams is I can just kind of talk about animation for a while, because I really like just talking about animation. But I always feel like whenever I put it in a video, I just feel like I'm being long-winded, and it takes away from the actual subject I'm normally talking about. So I can never really add those in. You have no idea how much stuff I cut from my videos, especially off scripts ones. Because like those are just me talking at a microphone. Like I'll put my microphone down, I'll just talk at it for like 40 minutes, usually longer because I stop a lot during it, and curse myself for not being better. I'll stop a lot during it, but like I'll talk for a whole bunch of time, and then I'll go in, cut out a whole bunch of things, cut out whole segments, and most people don't notice at all that I did that. So or maybe you do, and everyone's been polite enough not to comment about it. So, you know what? I'll take it either way. All right. Anyway, so what else we got going here? I guess we talk a little bit more about Arcane. I was really hoping I could get a friend on, but it's her birthday. Happy birthday, Izzy. Out there. Shout outs to Kaylee Yag, otherwise known as Izzy. She is amazing and a great friend, and it's her birthday today. She's a great artist and animation student, and I'm so happy that I've had her in my life because she's a great friend. I'm just really excited for her. So I wish I could have her on because she is very much into Arcane. She's been talking about it with me. She's the one who got me to watch Arcane, which, you know, career-wise, thank God. You know, my real goal here is to get rich and famous off of talking about Riot stuff, and then just spend all of that fame on playing high-res stuff. So, no. I'm only mildly joking. Don't worry about it. Hold on. Damn. Okay. My first Arcane video has almost 5,000 views on it, which is crazy for me. I'm blown away by that. Really excited about it. I will take it. Yeah. So I guess what to say here. Anyway, just Arcane in general, I really feel like Arcane has just so much in it. You know, I've been getting a lot of really thoughtful comments, and I could go through a few of them, I think. That sounds pretty fun, doesn't it? Can I actually just pull it up here? Let's look at comments. Let's look at the comment section. All right. Here, let's go. I think this is okay to share. This is fine. All right. This comment. This is my favorite comment that I've gotten on any of my Arcane videos. This one might be one of my favorite comments I can just think of. I love this comment. This is so well put by this person. One of the best and most revealing aspects of Jace's inability to understand the lower city and to actually help them with his solutions to their problem. They need money, they need a better life-work balance, they need improved living conditions, healthcare, and a better share of the wealth that their labor creates. This is a fucking Marxist talking, and I love it. But his solution is mining gloves, so the work's a little bit less backbreaking, but also way more productive, and makes lots more money for Piltover. It's exactly right. Exactly right. Exactly right. Jace's understanding, you know, first off, does not seem like there's a Karl Marx in the League of Legends universe. Very suspicious. Very, very suspicious. I'll just say that. But but like this is dead on to what I feel is another one of the things that really bothered me about the politics of Arcane is this topic doesn't come up, right? Because this is actually what the best solution for Piltover, for the Underground is for Piltover to invest in their communities, to take a massive amounts of profits that they're taking and divert them back into the communities that need them, that need restoration, that need help, and that need common people help, you know? Because, like, what I brought up in the video, this is spoilers for Arcane, I hope you're aware. The spoilers there. What I brought up in my video is that the goal of Silco's goal of having sole control over the entire underground, I think is just, you know, I'm so frustrated that is the solution that people feel makes sense, because like I'm incredibly frustrated at Jace for going along with it, because Silco is a horrible person. The show shows you over and over again that Silco is a horrible person. I had someone tell me, you know, Silco and Vander, and like, you know, who really knows which is right and which is wrong. Silco is wrong. Silco is wrong. It's not even a question who's wrong, right? Like, there's no moral ambiguity between who is a better person between Silco and Vander, because Silco doesn't actually show that he cares about the people around him. He murders, manipulates, and destroys people all over, and he makes the material conditions worse for the underground on purpose. He doesn't care. You never see any kind of scene of him taking care of other people in the world. You never see, except Jinx, and we'll get to Jinx. You never see a scene of him helping anyone in need. You see scenes of him working with his underlings, working with the other crime bosses, threatening people, killing people, maintaining his control over the underground. But you never see him actually do anything to help anyone. Vander does. He at least talks to the people around him and wants to try to make things better for them in the ways that they can, right? I think it's completely just like discounting what Silco did to excuse his behavior in any sort of way, because it's unexcusable. He murdered a whole bunch of people, and he didn't care. Like, he sucks. He's evil. It's not complicated, right? And I don't think the show's trying to make it complicated. The show is very clear about that. It's just the audience reaction to it has been so strange to me. So strange. But we'll leave it for now. The thing we showed about Arcane is it's only 6 hours. Yeah, okay. 6 hours? Is it 6 hours? Yeah, around there. Yeah. So we can't expect the show to flesh out every character and build a detailed world in just 6 hours of content. You compare the first season of Arcane to Book 1 of Avatar, although Arcane is still shorter than that. The first season, Avatar Zuko was meh, Uncle Iroh was meh, Aang was meh. Pretty much all the characters are mediocre at best, and the world building aspects of the show was not fleshed out. But after Book 3, Avatar became a classic because it spent time for its world and characters across 3 seasons. Or just remember the first season of Game of Thrones, and even that season is 2 hours longer than the whole Arcane. Arcane uses the little amount of time it has in the best way possible, and uses a lot of background details for world building and even key plot moments, like Jinx is seen using and experimenting with moth bombs in the background. I think Arcane did more than enough for a 9-episode TV show. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I think it did. I will say, like, you know, kind of apples to oranges in a few of those things, because Avatar is a kid's show. And a lot of those episodes are just, you know, trying to engage a child audience. Game of Thrones was a lot more sprawling and, like, just it had so many more characters than Arcane does. And I think so much more to set up in those stories. But you know, the point still stands. Like, I agree with their point for the most part. Like, Arcane was really good at effective storytelling, which is why you have some of those kind of cliche stories in there. It does make it a little easier, because you have to explain a little less to characters, because audience is got to be a little more familiar with some stuff. All right. I've seen a few comments about people being a little annoyed about how much I brought up fucking what's it? I brought up a lot of I mentioned cliche a lot. First off, I say words a lot. I know I repeat myself too much. It's annoying. I'm sorry. But I mean, I do this is why I try to script out most of my videos. But off scripts are becoming most of my videos, but off script videos are just like me trying to just talk at a microphone like I'm having a discussion with somebody, or like I'm telling someone about something, they're supposed to feel a little more loose, a little more off the cuff, and I get things wrong in them, not, I don't think frequently, but I get things wrong anyway, or I say things, I don't word things properly, but it's just how that goes. I try to correct it as much as possible, but anyway, but like having a cliche story in this kind of sense, it can definitely help you. It definitely helps, the setup for the story feel a lot more simple. It goes not in a bad way, not a bad way. It's just easier to set up a story if an audience already has a kind of familiarity of where that story is going to go. You can spend more of that time exploring the characters, right? And they do a good job in exploring most characters. I think there's just a few that just aren't as explored as well. And I think the show's reliance on that kind of usage of cliches in the early parts of mainly part 2, because this mainly happens just in part 2. It doesn't happen in part 3 or part 1 as much. It can make some episodes in part 2 feel like segments of episodes feel a little slow. And that's it. Like that's the only criticism I have. Like the show is still amazing. I still think it's an incredible show. Like don't be too sensitive about it. I don't think this person's being sensitive. I'm just saying, like, I've seen a lot of people be really sensitive about it. It's like, it's okay to criticize something. It's fine. It's okay. Let it be. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. But yeah, this is right. I would agree with this. I think they're probably referring to the point where I said Caitlyn was really underdeveloped, which they are. They just are. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. All right, another one. The argument I would make to counter one of your points is, I've read this comment. This comment kind of annoyed me. Okay. The argument I would make to counter one of your points is in the end scene where Vi and Silco are both shouting to try and get Jinx to come with them. Jinx is breaking because of the memories of Vander, Claggor, and Claggor. I don't like this name. This is a nitpicky. I don't like this name. Claggor and Milo that Vi is bringing up. Vi is using Jinx's emotional trauma to try and bring her over where Silco is at least trying to help her move on. I don't think this is true. First off, like, huge thing here. It's important to acknowledge the things that have happened in your past. This isn't what I actually think is happening in this scene, okay? I think one of the most important things when dealing with trauma is addressing it, which comes at a lot of different stages for people. I'm not a therapist, and everyone is different, but like I think addressing these kind of things, talking about them, and trying to move past them is the best part. Silco's version of moving on is just taking that trauma, wrapping it in hate, and pushing it inside you, and to letting it fuel you a bit, because that's what it does for him. He's not fucking moved on. And Silco's the last person you should be taking advice on how to deal with your trauma. Like, come on. And I don't think Vi is trying to bring that up, that emotional trauma, to bring her over. I think she's bringing that up to make a point to her I also just don't remember that happening in that scene, where she was even bringing that up on purpose. I know Jinx was having those kind of flashbacks because of the situation she's in. She has those flashbacks a lot because, like, you know, you're gonna think about that time you murdered most of your family, but you know, or you led to the death of most of your family. I wouldn't say she murdered them, but I don't think Vi is trying to manipulate her at any point in that. I think she's, you know, Vi's clumsy with emotions, like, and you know, it kind of ignorant about it. Like, you could see that, cause like Vi has a lot of anger in her, and she spent the majority of her life in prison or as an orphan, you know. So like she's not emotionally there either. She's also a kid. Like, you know, she's older than Jinx, but like she's still a kid who is in prison. Like, mentally she's still a kid, you know. So I don't think it's fair to have that to compare what she's doing there to be any kind of manipulation or trying to dredge up her emotional trauma. The biggest issue with Vi for Jinx specifically is Vi is stuck in the past. Vi was in prison for a long time. She doesn't really have any kind of concept of what's happening outside of the past. Like, I don't think she's stuck in the past. It's just the only thing that she can, that it's just the only point she has as a reference for right now. So she has to go off of that and try to find out what's happening now. So I don't think that's being stuck. I think that's the only reference you have. That's like saying someone who comes out of a coma is stuck in the past. They just came out of a coma. They don't know what's going on. Not only that, but she is a constant reminder of the troubled, broken past. And doesn't seem to want to stop reminding Jinx of that. I don't think that's true. They've had like 2 scenes together. They had, I think, 2 scenes together. Which was the scene where after the flare, and the scene with the scene in the last scene. I think those are Vi and Jinx's only 2 scenes together, in part 2 and 3, and in those they don't really ever have a chance to talk, really. You know, like Vi is having to deal with a high pressure situation of having to talk to your sister who's become a mass murderer and terrorist for the person who fucking killed your surrogate dad, and helped lead to the death of your family, you know. Yeah. I don't think she's trying to remind her of that. I don't remember that occurring. I don't. I would like more specific details on that if I was having a conversation with this person. In all honesty, I don't know who is even good for Jinx in this series. It's not Silco. It's definitely Vi. Like, I don't think Vi isn't emotionally mature enough at this point, you know, because again, prison. But like, you know, like, there's a very clear instinct of who's better. Maybe Silco, maybe Sevica. Oh, will have a change of heart and at least look out for her, seeing as now she seems to be the de facto leader of the Undercity. Sevica is she? I'm assuming he's referring to Sevica being the Sevica. Is that how you say it? Sevica. Anyway, I don't remember people saying her name very much in the series, but. And look out for her, seeing as you know that. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I don't think there's any indication that Sevica ever gives any kind of fuck about Jinx. She only is mad at her. It's like, no. If she becomes the leader and she murdered Silco, no, she's not going to have a change of heart about that. That just proves everything she was saying. She's going to fucking throw her out or like sick their people against her, you know? I think what's going to happen to the Underground after Silco's death is it'll create a power vacuum between the remaining bosses and then probably some other boss that'll come in here in the next bit. And I think the scientist guy, I don't remember his name because there's so many names. The scientist guy will probably be a power player more after this as well. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. But I disagree with a lot of parts of this comment. Like, I get where they're coming from, but I disagree. I like the opening because of the visuals. The song is okay. They could have chosen something different, better, but I don't think this sucks. I think it does. It's all about taste, really. It's all about taste. Like, I'm not, I don't. This is why I put my point about not liking the Imagine Dragon stuff at the end of the video, because like it's just a taste thing for me. I just don't like it. I don't have any kind of nuanced thoughts about it. It's just not something I care much about. That's what it is. This is primo shit, man. Good job. Love the point out. This is just me. This is just being nice, and I appreciate when people are nice. Oh, this is someone defending Silco over Vander. I'm not even gonna hash this one out. Smite. Okay, yeah. This is just some nice comments about Smite. Nice try, Smite player. Love your video though. Some people caught that. I'm glad I threw the Smite thing at the end because that proves that these people actually watched the entire video. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Man, you hide your really inflammatory takes for the end there. Okay, good. I think that was a pretty good comment review. That was fun. I like that. I like that a lot. That was pretty fun. I think comment reviews are just going to be a really nice little thing to do here as we go on, just because it's just fun to talk about what people have what people's thoughts on the latest video is. Get a little perspective outside of my own and give me a chance to respond. Hi. Now you see scenic oh, that's a wire. You see scenic trash can over here? That's where those opinions are. No, I'm sorry. They go on right in there. Ooh, that'd be a fun idea. I could put a label on that says chat's opinions. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. Don't tell me that wouldn't be fun. That'd be fun. Anyway, okay. Man. All right. We're gonna take a little bit of a break here. Take a little bit of a break. Calm down. Take a little chill. Do a little chilling right now. All right. I'm gonna try to think of what we go over next. Hard to say when we don't have an audience, really. All right, I'm gonna do a little quick be right back. I'm gonna go use the restroom, and I'll be right back. So let's put the lo-fi on. The lofa. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'll be right back. Give me a few minutes. Ba 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 ba. Hi, 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 hi. How's it going? It's me. Okay, I'm back. All right. Sorry about that. Anyway, so we're back. We're alive. We're alive. We're still here. That was fun. I'm having a lot of fun so far right now. It's nice being able to just go off on a topic. I really like that about doing a live stream where I'm just playing a game or something, you know? Even if I don't think there's a lot of people in here, but I don't think there's any people in here, which is sad. But it'll be fun. It's all a long game. You know how it goes. And eventually we're gonna have some guests, we're gonna have friends, we're gonna have people over. It'll be a good time. So just, if you are here, if you're watching, if you're checking this out, just know, be confident. Be confident and keep doing what you're doing, because eventually it'll work out probably. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. You know what? And that's fine. I can work with it no matter what. I'm having a good time. That's the main thing. I'm having a really good time. I have been just really floored by the reception first off to Arcane, but like the reception to, like, you know, TikTok earlier this year was doing really, really well for me. And and Arcane, you know, really accelerated what had already been going really well for me on YouTube. And I think I'm sure, you know, the topic itself definitely helped, but like the fact that YouTube pushed my video so far in this topic is, I think, the key, you know? And that's really encouraging for me, is like, you know, I've hit over 1,000 subscribers now. I'm not at monetization. We're getting closer. Crazily enough, we're getting closer. But I feel like YouTube's finally, you know, pushing my videos out a little more, you know, and my SEO is already really good, you know. I already have a lot of benefits there, and like paying attention to that. So I'm just really really hopeful. I'm really hopeful for the future of the channel and for the future in general. Oh, that reminds me of actually something really fun. Is I had someone commenting on my videos yesterday. I'm gonna make this quick because it's weird, but I had someone yesterday morning comment on the first Arcane video that they didn't like that I sometimes use they, them when referring to a person instead of he, she, he, him, her, you know. Like sometimes in a sentence I'll be like talking about a person, and then like I'll switch it to say like, let's talk about Silco. Like I'll say Silco did this, he had this plan, and then like a couple sentences later I'll say they think this, or they are a toxic individual, you know. And that's how I speak, because again, these aren't scripted shows. These are this is completely unscripted. I sometimes do that. It's just part of my speech. I'm aware of that. Part of it's because I've had to train to do that for work, because I work in a phone environment, right, where I'm doing customer support. I don't know people's gender, so I always my brain always reverts to using they, them. Like it is a noted trend I know about myself, and I get annoyed about people who feel like that's a problem or that I should fix it. I'm like, you know, it just is what I do sometimes, you know. I refer to people in non-specific, in they, thems. It happens. It's they and them, or that is a normal way to use those words. I don't get it. I don't get it. But like this person left a comment about that in the morning from an account that's called like Bjorn something. And I looked at it and I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't care. And I ignored it. And then I had another comment the same day on a different video that said basically the same thing, but it was all about the they, them stuff. It was just a longer expanse on like saying you need to do this to improve your prose, you know, is this a scripted show? Which, of course, again, the video says no script. That's the point of whatever. But like, it's in the title. And I was like feeling really annoyed because like this is clearly, who the fuck leaves? First off, you people who comment, you're two types of people. There's two types of people who comment. People who have just something really nice to say and are supportive or just want to join into a conversation. Love those people. Or pedantic weirdos who just want to bring up some weird point. Reddit-brained people, you know? Not saying that you know, I use Reddit occasionally. I don't comment on Reddit, but like I use Reddit occasionally. You know, and it's, I'm just like, I got annoyed at that point, so I'm like, I responded to it, which you should never do. Never do. Never. When you get annoyed at a comment, don't respond to it. There's no point to it, right? And this person was like, being like, well, you're being really defensive about not wanting to care about this issue. I'm like, I don't care if you think I'm defensive. Stop leaving comments on my videos about this stuff. I've removed them. I hid them because I don't think they add anything here. And I don't think, you know, one of the things I think is difficult for people to understand is that a creator of any kind has the authority and should take the authority to distance themselves from people who are going to be annoying, even after I say I'm not interested in your advice. Because if I was interested in writing advice, if I was interested in advice on how to be a writer, I have many talented friends who are accomplished writers, who are paid, you know, professional writers, who I would talk to about those issues, and who I have talked to about my issues as a writer and how I want to talk and how I want my voice to come across in my videos. I've done that already. Like I do that constantly. Not a note any of them are thrown in there. No one cares. No one cares. And I don't care about some random person on YouTube's opinion about it. Like, it's bothering me now because I don't like that it came up so much, you know, and it'd be better for me if I just ignored it. But I'm just, you know, airing it out there. I have said my piece on it now. It's annoying. You're annoying. Why are you commenting on multiple accounts? Who the fuck else cares about this? All right. Perfect. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Ooh. Damn. Sorry, I'm also doing other work here at the same time as this. Yo, this looks great. We're all good. Anyway, back on topic. We're gonna stay a little focused here. What do we even do now? What did we talk about? Oh, I guess we could talk about this. I watched the fourth season of Castlevania. I think it's the last season of Castlevania. Castlevania season 5. Is there going to be a season 5? Season 5 will not be returning to Netflix. It's the final okay, yeah, that's what I thought so. Is Alucard really Trevor Belmont? Alucard, formerly known as Trevor Belmont, is one of the main protagonists. She gets it. What the fuck? Oh, this is extended universe stuff. I have no idea. Oh my god. Some of these times you look at the questions that people ask on Google, and you're like, did you watch the rest of the show? Like some questions are like, is this a thing that happened? I'm like, they say that it's a whole thing in the next episode, but whatever. Next episode? It was later in the same episode, maybe. I don't know. Whatever. So, I watched the final season of Castlevania, and god damn, that show Also talking about the usage of 3D animation. That show uses a 3D animation really, really well, especially in its background and environments. Incredible work. The budget is clearly like the budget for Castlevania is clearly below a lot of the other major projects I've been talking about. Like, of course, like it has a smaller budget than Arcane. Not to say it doesn't have a budget though, because it is high quality stuff. But really, really crazy stuff. The flipping and abilities that they show off in that show. The action is so fluid and so, what's the word for it? Dynamic. Dynamic is the word. Yeah, dynamic. It's dynamic. It moves around this whole environment. There's a lot of moving and perspectives and just incredibly complex work for 2D animation, which they pull off. They do spectacular work there. The one place I think Castlevania is one of those series that I don't think is perfect. I think, and a lot of that comes in kind of its animation in the moments that matter is insane, and that sells you on the show so well. Its animation in other moments, though, leaves something to be desired, I'll say. Like when there isn't anything crazy or impressive, sometimes the show can look kind of cheap, you know. I think that's a side effect of the budget, you know, of just like having to, like, you know, you want to spend that money where you need it, you know. But then also sometimes I think in those fights, in some of these crazy fights that they have in Castlevania, they can kind of get lost in the action, right? Where the action gets too, there's too much going on the screen. It kind of feels like your brain's a little overloaded, you know? There's not as much clarity as I'd like. Again, it's an incredible show. I love Castlevania a bunch. That's why I came back to it. That's why I watched the entire thing, you know. But like, as a note for like the, my note for the production, the animation is that, you know, doing a great job, doing an amazing job in those things that matter. I'm sure they know about the parts of it that fall a little flat. And then there's also some weird segments where things are kind of just explained in a way that's kind of weird. We'll go with this segment because I can be kind of vague. There's a segment where there's a character who sneaks up on some children and scares them, you know. And the children smile and run away laughing, you know, and like, you know, they have big smiles on their faces. And then a person comes over who's like, you know, connect with the children, like, hey, I see you interacting with the children. And he's like, oh, sorry, I scared them. And she's like, no, I heard them laughing. And I'm like, yeah, I heard them laughing too, because they were smiling and laughing on screen. You didn't see them be scared at all. There wasn't a scared reaction on them, except them like running off and like laughing. It's just like things like that where it's like, you know, the visually you're told one thing, you know, and you're like, you get the message of what's happened. Like, okay, that's cool. He's playing with them. He's scared, but he scared them, but they're laughing at it. They had a great time. And that's incredibly and like the fact that the kids had a good time is incredibly clear by the animation and like the sound effects and everything that occurred. You know, visually they just told this and it made sense. Having a character come in afterwards and say, "Oh, they seemed like they were happy. I heard them laughing. They weren't scared." Why bother? Why bother in saying that? It just makes it feels tedious, you know. And like in the totality of things, it's only a few seconds. Like it doesn't take an enormous amount of time to do that, but it is it doesn't take an enormous amount of time to do that, but like, you know, I felt that time fell away from my life, you know. I was just like, move on. Come on. You know, I want to get into something a little more. But you know, that's just how it goes. Probably shouldn't eat gum on stream, but I like gum, so you know, that's just what's gonna happen. Anyway. Yeah. So that was my thoughts on Castlevania. Like the series, I kind of wish the series could go for another season, though I don't think I really know what they would do. I feel like seasons 3 and 4 could use a little tightening together, but I think they were able to really subvert a lot of expectations I have for some side character stories, and I think those stories shine the brightest, as opposed to the stories with the main cast. The character Isaac, especially, though, I think I would have liked to see more of Isaac, the end for Isaac's story, because I think after a certain point, I think there's a point, like, you know, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I don't know. The storyline with Isaac, I think, was really surprising. I would have liked, I think, a little more time with that one, but I think it was really well done, and it's just it didn't feel like it was really affected with the main plot in a lot of ways, but and kind of, but I don't know. Point is that I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a whole bunch, and yeah. No, I'm not. I'm just talking in general. No spoilers. No spoilers here. I'm just generally talking about Castlevania. Trying to stay away from spoilers as much as I can. It's weird talking about spoilers in a live stream, because like anyone could pop in at any second and have your reaction right there, and I want to avoid that. So no, I'm not talking about any spoilers right now. So you're good. I was talking a bit about Arcane spoilers earlier, but we're past that. So no more Arcane spoilers. We're all good. We're all good in that respect. How you been? How's it going? How's the life? Oh god. Okay. Is this not working? Yeah, whatever. All right. There we go. Yeah. Anyway, so that was a brief discussion on Castlevania Season 4. I've been wanting to watch. I've been trying to get time to watch the Mobile Suit Gundam movies. I've been feeling like, you know, I just have I need to start my binge watch of a few series I gotta watch. Mushoku Tensei, especially, I feel like I need to watch a little bit of. I'm not sure if I'm even excited to watch it, but I know it's really huge, and I know it's an isekai. It's important for people, so I am gonna watch it. I just don't know if I'm super excited about it, to be honest. Yeah. Have you watched Mushoku Tensei? I'm just nervous about it, I guess. I don't know. It feels like I'm going to be investing a lot of time into it for a series I don't know is going to be suitable to talk about. And I'm always kind of like, I'm very confident when, you know, in my opinions, you know, and what I believe. But I always feel weird about putting out something, you know, okay, just feeling sick. Okay, that's good. That's good. Hope you're feeling better. Hope you feel better. Yeah, but it's weird to do a video on something I know is popular and having an alternate opinion, because like it's always this kind of doubt here that I'm just gonna get a whole bunch of really annoying and rude comments, you know, and those do happen. Like I get those, like not that much, thankfully, but they do happen, and I know that I'll get them more as things go on. It's just annoying. I know when Attack on Titan concludes, I'm gonna be getting a lot of a lot of angry comments about my opinions. Because boy, do I have opinions. Oh God. Oh man. Man, okay. So sorry. I'm very unprofessional. I'm always looking at analytics and stuff while I'm on stream. My click-through rate for my new Arcane video is insane for me, and I'm very excited about it. Very in on it. Haven't watched the new season yet. I'm thinking you're talking about Mushoku Tensei. Yeah. I haven't either. Well, of course I haven't, but I know since the new season's going on right now, I know I should talk about it. The other one I want to talk about is 86, because I think I mentioned this last stream. I wanted to talk about 86 after the first season was done, or after the first part was done, but I felt like it was really incomplete, so I really couldn't get a good grasp on what I wanted to talk about, because I feel like the show was really only just beginning at that point. And if I talked about it, then I wouldn't have really complete emotions towards it. Because like even if show isn't complete, there's like parts that have, like sometimes you just need a little more of a series to like to know what you're feeling, you know. Because like I have ideas about what I feel about 86, but I feel like I just need a little bit more to really to nail it in. It's better than expected. I can see why it's well received. You mean Mushoku Tensei? Tensei? Oh. The animation for it looks incredible. Like the animation it seems like it's knocked out of the park. That's Cloverworks, I think, right? Let me double check. Who animated this actually? OLM? Seriously? What the fuck? What the hell is OLM doing these days? What the hell? That's crazy. Okay, sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm having to look into a few things. How is OLM doing this? Damn. I was watching Comey Can't Communicate, and I was researching things into it, and I didn't realize it was animated by OLM. So that's cool. That's cool. I know this series. What do I know about this series? Yu Hakusho, Naruto. Okay, that makes sense. All right, sold on. Mushoku Tensei. They're animated by. That's a manga. Studio Bind. Oh, okay. So it's a new studio. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So not. I don't know why I thought it was Cloverworks. Maybe they were. I think maybe they were part of Cloverworks. I don't know. This is riveting content, I'm sure. And we can just go to. We can just. Here. Let's go and let's go on a little adventure together. All right. So right down here, Studio Bind. I heard 86 is worth watching, but I haven't peeped it. And yeah, I meant Tensai. Yeah, bit more of a delay than last time you did one of these. It seems. Is it? Is there a bit more of a delay? That's really annoying. Here, let me try something. I'm not sure. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter now. I'm not sure why I would do that. Why I did that. Like, I put it on pretty low latency, didn't I? There's not really a way to fix it once you're actually streaming, but yeah, it's on low latency. Oh, it's fine. It seems like, you know, it's a few minutes. It's like a 30 seconds, I think, behind. Anyway, company was founded in November 2018 as a joint venture between the anime studios White Fox and the company planning and management company Egg Firm. First book of the studio was Karaki Circus for the episodes 22 and 31. Well, the first work of the company as lead animation is Masoka Tensai, which debuted in 2021. Okay. So yeah, they built the new... Okay, what's White Fox? It is a Japanese animation studio. Studio's most successful Steins Gate, ReZero. Okay. Okay. So it's a lot of this team. It's that's interesting. That's really interesting. But who are the actual? Who are the? Why am I going back to this here? Okay, I'm actually gonna look on anime. Shoku Tensai. Watch on Funimation. Anime News Network. All right. Is it Anime News Network? Oh, I think it was just my phone. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we've got that one done. Some of these studios, I like their work. I just never realize who they are. Because like the ones I always remember is like Trigger, Ghibli, of course, because you know, Madhouse, Bones. I feel like those here the Mappa nowadays also, but you know, this isn't the one. What's the website I use for this? I can never remember. Anime. What is the website I go to? Anime. My anime list. That's it. God. Okay. So let's actually look at the staff here. What has this guy worked on previously? Let's look at them. Boku no Hero Academia. He's a key animator, storyboardist, key animator, storyboarding, key animation, storyboard. Episode director for Tact OP. Really? Huh. That's a thing to do while also working on this series. Storyboarding. I don't see them doing a episode directions. Is this the first series that they've helmed? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. Looks like they've been a key animator for most of their career. Well, this is okay. Well, this is the second person. This is the episode director, storyboard, animation director. Okay, and then this is the actual main director, Masoka Tensai. Gamers. Never heard of this. What's Gamers? Okay, actually, maybe I've heard of this. I don't know. This kind of seems really generic. I can actually really see that now looking at Tensai and Steins Gate. Yeah, actually, that does make sense. Yeah. That'd be from similar studios. I think they all just have like similar stuff they use. Okay, so let's see what else they. Oh wow, they actually don't have a huge. They actually don't have a huge. They don't have a huge background here. Actually, looking at this, like they did storyboarding for a lot of really good series, you know, or a lot of really high name series. They directed a few episodes of Darling and the Franxx, did key animation for it. Some storyboarding for Carol and Tuesday, storyboarding for Idolmaster stuff, storyboarding for whatever this is. And was the director for the director overall for Gamers. So Mushoku Tensei is their second major directing project. That's pretty cool. Gamers is subpar. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I remember hearing about this series, but never really like hearing about this series, you know what I mean? Like I've heard people talk about it, but I haven't heard anyone actually like I watch it. It's like one of those things like you know when it's announced, and then like nothing about this doesn't scream really unique to me, you know. Typical high school gamer living an average student's life. One day he has an unexpected meeting with the cutest girl in school. That makes him want to disappear without a trace. The girl, Karen Tendo, was an exemplary student who is proclaimed to be the school's idol. She discovers that Amano is a gamer, and this newfound knowledge incites a passionate desire within her to recruit him into the game club. Upon visiting the club, Amano is forcefully made aware of the side to gaming wildly different the one he loves so dearly. Tendo's interest in Amano begins shaking up what was once an uneventful life, filling it with spontaneity, awkwardness, and a little bit of mayhem. As a result, every day becomes a comical battle for Amano's sanity as he tries to adopt these wild, unexpected changes. Danger, gamer alert. We got gamers inbound. All right. Nope. Does not seem like my kind of series. This reminds me of another series that I was watching a little bit of last year, I think, but I never really finished it. It's about this guy who was I did finish it. Oh, it just wasn't memorable. God, that sucks. It's about this guy who was really into a Smash Bros. Clone, and then, you know, met a popular girl who was also into the Smash Brothers, and then they try to learn about putting your life together and taking care of yourself. Top tier character. Yes, that's it. Anime top tier character. That's anime series. Maybe? I don't remember the actual bottom tier. That's right, bottom tier. I had a heart attack for a second when I clicked on that because, like, I saw this picture pop up, and I was like, okay. I wasn't sure if she was. I gotta be careful. Yeah, I never know what's gonna pop up on these. Anyway, my anime list should be fine. But yeah, this is it. You got it. Perfect. TOS. I had a heart attack. I'm like, is that TOS? It's not. We're fine. She was wearing a skirt. She was nothing. It's totally fine. It's just a pose for a second there. It got me. Okay, we're good. Yeah, okay. I did watch this series. I remember this. It was good. It was a fine romance. Forgettable in the end, I think. Maybe someone who's really into Smash Brothers is going to be really into it. Animation was fine from what I remember. There were some moments that stuck out. Overall, pretty bland, I guess. I don't know. Winter 2021. That's right. Okay, yeah, so it was last year. Well, I guess it was this year. Okay, sorry, this year. Beginning of this year. I did watch a lot of things at the beginning of this year. What the hell? What does Project 9 do? See, I love going on these kind of adventures, seeing what other studios do. I don't know any of these shows. What? Girls Beat Boys. Girl Beats Boys. Okay. That name on its own did catch my eye, so I'll give it that. I do not want to ever see what this show is even. No, no. I see this series and I see her shirt a little up, and I'm like, this doesn't something I ever want to click on. And then I see ecchi right here, and I'm like, yep, no, we're scrolling past. Okay, ecchi. They're doing a lot of ecchi series. Okay, is this just a series? It just is a series. It's just they have multiple anime about this. What the hell? Is this an OVA? I guess I don't know. Whatever. Fuck you. Fuck this. Yeah, these talking about. You know what? We're not gonna scroll any further on here. The first show on the list is the one where he marries someone in an MMO, and she ends up being like a super pretty stalker. Oh, wait. This one? After he mustered up the courage to propose to a girl in an online game, naive otaku Hideki Russian Nishimura is devastated when she flat out rejects him. To make matters worse, the girl reveals that she is actually an older man in real life. With his dreams crushed and his heart broken, Russian comes to an abrupt decision in the midst of his raging fit that he will never trust another girl in an online game again. Years later, Russian is now in a guild with 3 other players, one of whom possesses a female avatar by the name of Akko. Akko is deeply in love with Russian and wants to marry him. Although he entertains the possibility that she might be a guy, Russian accepts her proposal, claiming that her gender doesn't matter as long as she is cute in the game. However, after a discussion between guild members that led to all of them having an offline meeting, Russian finds out that Akko, along with the other members, are not just girls, but also his schoolmates. Ecchi. It's whack. This does sound pretty whack, though I'm kind of interested. Like, okay, the thing with anime, this is the same plot. This is kind of the same plot as Tomozaki-kun, a bottom tier character. It's a pretty similar plot, but also I'm intrigued, and I don't know if I should be. Autoplay blocked. Okay. Now, you know, the marketing here is giving me some ideas that maybe this isn't the best thing to talk about on stream, but oh god, I do like when the streams become just looking into random anime. After mustering up the courage to propose to... Yeah, we already read this. Okay. It's funny, actually, but I wouldn't recommend it to someone who didn't stumble on it. Yeah, okay, I get what you mean. It's not something you would, like, be like, oh, you have to watch this. It's like, it's weird. You could try it. There's some good jokes, but really, you're not missing anything. That makes sense. I think that's exactly what I'd say about bottom tier character too. So that tracks. So it seems like that's kind of what their deal is. Have they done a series that I've really noted? Most of these just seem kind of like slice of lifey, you know. Fantasy comedy. No, I don't see any of these that really stand out to me as being interesting. This one, just, why is it ecchi? I don't want this to. Why is this ecchi? It's the problem with anime. It's the problem with talking about anime. Is you'll be like, oh hey, it's a bunch of cute girls playing. It's a bunch of cute, like, 12-year-old girls playing basketball. Oh, it's ecchi. Okay, moving away before the FBI comes. Just no. Okay, that was a fun little sidetrack. I'll keep that open. I'll give it. I might give the first episode a shot. Okay, Momoshika Tensei does not have a lot of experience behind the actual direction team. That's crazy. I wonder where the art design comes from, or like the sense the series has with the weird. It's a weird cultural thing. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Yeah. There's a lot of things with animation. It's just like it's just weird. Why is this guy staff script the French guy? I don't. Okay. Anyway. I mean, ReZero was a pre-production. They learned a lot working on that. Oh yeah. But they were a storyboard artist for ReZero, episode director for season 2, episode 8, and the key animation on that as well. And hey, they did do this. Like, even if it didn't work out too well, that might just be more of the story. Yeah, I don't. French names are weird. French names are really, really, really weird. Petinini. Petini. I don't know. I'm not French. I don't speak French. I don't know the French. Mi no hablar español. Es Frencho. A Frenchu. Hold on. Anyway, yeah. One thing that's a little weird is my Discord doesn't show that I'm actually streaming. Anyway, it's Frenchol. Exactly. That's how it goes. All right. Anyway, so I'll give Mushoku Tensei a shot. I think after I catch up with Komi, Komi Can't Communicate, which I started watching recently, and I'm not going to talk a lot about. If I have a special guest on, maybe, but at the moment, no. Kind of want to try doing this here actually. Boop. Just gonna put myself in there. We'll see what happens. Anyway. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so that's that's that on that front. Interesting stuff. I need to watch Steins Gate. I've watched Steins Gate, but like I didn't take in Steins Gate, you know what I mean? Like I was there when it was playing, but I absorbed a lot of the story. And I know basically what happens, but I haven't watched it all. One series I'm not really interested in, but I kind of want to watch it so I can actually get an idea of it, is Goblin Slayer. This seems like trash, to be honest. And I watched the first episode, and I really, really didn't like it. I really, really did not like it. Yeah, I don't know. People seem to love it though, for some reason, and I don't quite understand that. But it is the way of the world, I guess. You know how it is. All right. Anyway, what do we have to talk about here? Let's go back to the main thing. We've had some good conversations here. I feel like kind of surprised I was able to drone on as long as I have in this one. A lot of the first part of the video I was going of the live, I was going into some comments people were leaving on the new Arcane video, the new spoiler video I did for Arcane, and some interesting ones on there, some annoying. My current goal right now is to work on a new video about a silent voice, or Koe no Katachi, and I'm really excited to see how that goes. One thing that kind of annoys me is that people, I know anime fans have a thing about this, but like I try to avoid using like the Japanese names for series, for like, you know, not because I can pronounce them a lot. Mm, yeah, okay. I'll get that in a second. But I think like it's not like I can't pronounce it or anything. Like I can fairly speak Japanese, okay, but like as a reviewer, like I need to be clear, to the majority of people what a show is, and like trying to say something in Japanese is so difficult to people. Like it's just like if I say Koe no Katachi and someone tries to look that up, they may not know how to spell that. It makes it like it's harder to be found. It's just like a thing. Like I don't even know if this is relevant. I just try to go with just stick with American names of things. But yeah, Silent Voice was a great adaptation. There's like a few things I would have liked to have in the Yeah, it does. It does. It really confuses people when you use the Japanese name. It confuses me even because like I'll have a thing that I'll refer to a series as like in what I like when I go to look it up on Funimation, right? Or I go to look up it on Crunchyroll. I'm not using the Japanese name because it's not under that here, right? And if I use the Japanese name for people and I ingrain that with people, it's gonna make it harder to find it. Like, just use the American version of the name. It's fine. It's fine. No one can like. The animation studios back home, they don't care. They don't care that much. Like, if it was really important, it'd be part of the series and you could figure that out. Like, Komi can't communicate. Like, Komi, there's some things that stay Japanese, but like, the actual words, you could translate those. It's fine. That's how translations work and localization. Like, it's whatever. Anyway, it's a pet peeve. It's a pet peeve of mine that comes up a lot with anime fans who want purity when that doesn't make sense, but in a practical standpoint. But Goblin Slayer is pretty like 6.5 out of 10. I think the shows with stoic main characters archetypes are just popular. That seems accurate. My read on Goblin Slayer is that I watched the one episode. I watched the first episode, and it felt like an arc from Berserk, where Guts fights some trolls. But like done really horribly, like done with just no class in it, and like, anime has a lot of sensitive topics. One of the things that I think it's worst about is assault against women. It would be euphemistic, I guess, here, but like. And I'm not going to get into a lot of details on this because I don't want to dwell on this topic because I don't want to, get it on people. But like, there are things you have to recognize about Japanese society that are, I think really not Japanese society, because that infers that it's everyone there. Animation, the culture around anime that comes from, Japan, there is this kind of culture that kind of excuses some types of behaviors, in some popular anime or some like edgy anime, and it can be very, very hard to talk to people about these kind of things. It's a touchy topic for me and a lot of other people. I get why it's hard to talk about. Yeah, it is because like that kind of assault and abuse. Like I remember watching Arcada talk about this, Glass Reflection talk about this, and he said like he compared it to Berserk, which I think was a really great comparison. I think Berserk is a really good comparison because I think Goblin Slayer is trying to be like Berserk in a few ways. Stoic main character. Every seinen series is gonna have Berserk in their mind a little bit. It's just how it goes. Berserk is the goat. But like assault in Berserk is handled in a really specific way. Like every main character in Berserk has had that kind of trauma in their lives, and it doesn't define them as a person. And like the way they use that in the series, I think I think Miura had moments. I think even they would admit where they were more juvenile about it, and it was overused in times. But I think overall, how it's used in the story was less about shock value and more about, the story behind people who have to deal with those kind of things and where they grow from that. There's a really, really brilliant video I saw about Berserk a little bit ago that went into that, about like survivors and trauma and that kind of stuff. Which again, not going to dwell on here. I'm not an expert, and I don't feel like it's a topic I should be throwing myself into that much. But just because I'm not as qualified to talk about it, and I don't want to speak out of turn on stuff, but I just think it's not handled with care. It's treated as shock value purely, to be like, this is an edgy series, and like, I get why it does that, but like as an immediate turn off. Adjacent to this topic, I'm curious about what you think of 8 to 10 deities. I'm not sure if I've seen that actually. Let me double check that. Hold on. What is this series? I've not heard this. That's a Mappa animated this? That's crazy. Hold on, let's go to 800 years ago, terrifying demons threatened mankind's existence. On the brink of extinction, humans prayed to their gods, calling out for someone to save them. Emerging from these desperate pleas of salvation, battle deities known as Eden were born. Possessing unnatural strength and endurance, the Eden managed to defeat the demons, and an era of unprecedented peace was finally ushered in. Having never encountered demons before, the present generation of Eden knows nothing about the demon's brutality, but they have instead only lived in a peaceful existence. Training under Rin, the only remaining Eden from 800 years ago, the new Eden find ways to survive at a time where they have seemingly outlived their usefulness. However, the tyrannical Zobel Empire resurrects a demon. The misfit crop of gods are called to battle against their natural enemy once more. So, knows nothing about the demon's brutality. Sticks out right there. Actually gonna push it a little bit more, I think, for some reason. Knows nothing about the demon's brutality. That sticks out to me really, really quickly there. Like, that's a red flag. I'm assuming since you brought it up, does that come in here? Oh, this is a new anime. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see where you're going in. It's very interesting. I want to say it's good, but there's some stuff there with Goblin Slayer that feels a bit gratuitous. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah. You see that. Demons. You know what? I am gonna add this. I'm gonna add this to my list. I'm actually gonna give either 10. Either 10 deities only no peace. I'm gonna add that to my list. I'm gonna give it a shot. At least a few episodes here. No image search. We're not doing an image search here. But we'll look into that. Once I get a more informed opinion, maybe I'll get back to you on that. But that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. All right. Well, I feel like we're closing in here, pretty close to when I should actually start wrapping up. It's been nearly 2 hours. So I guess that'll be my homework. Next, I'm not positive again on my next live. Don't image search it. Yeah, actually, I should hide explicit results. Okay. Good. I put safe search on. Safe search was not on. I'm gonna do it right now. What happens if I turn safe search on? It's okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I get it now. I get it now. I get it now. So yeah, we're not doing some safe search on that. We're turning safe search on. We're optimizing it here. I appreciate you being here in these early ones because we're optimizing it. As we keep going, as we keep doing these, we'll get better and better. That's always a fun segment of the show. I really like this kind of segments where we can just explore into anime, see what's coming up, and like just talk about it. You know, that's really fun. This is really fun. That's why I like doing these. Like, I really enjoy doing these live shows. Like, even though it's the second one, you know, this has already been like, you know, I think it's really feels really engaging. So, all right, I will put that on my list. We're gonna circle back on that. We'll see what happens here in the coming days. But I think that is all I'm gonna be able to do for now. I think we're gonna have to try to wrap this up. I want to thank you all for coming out here, especially for chatting here, Ashlyn. Really appreciate that. We've had some fun times. We've had some good interactions here, and I've got a new anime to put on my list. So we're gonna wrap things up. I think next time I'm gonna go live. It's hard to say with Christmas coming up here. I might do it Christmas Eve. Maybe not. Actually, that's probably not a good idea. Definitely not the day after Christmas because I gotta work. I'm not sure when the next time I go live is. I'm gonna know. I'll try to. I'll put it on the. I'll try to set a day. It depends. I'll figure it out in the next. I'll figure out by Wednesday and set a day. It'll probably be after Christmas. So I hope you all have a happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Watch some anime, relax, have some good times. Thank you again for coming out here. I really appreciate it. We're gonna wrap things up here. If you haven't seen the new videos, be sure to check out the new videos. If you have seen it and you're tired of me plugging, well, I'm sorry. They make me do it. No, but I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much for coming out. You have a great day, a great night, or whatever it is you're having. And stay rad. Goodbye. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. We're just